It would easily take, depending on the size of the release, it would take days. 3 to 5 days was not unusual for one release. It literally was engineers take a ticket, open the pull request, merge it in, QA, let us know what you find. That's not what I like to see out of my engineering team. I'd like them to have ownership in the process. The team was coming off of a period of having a lot of problems with bugs in production. And the feeling that they would solve a bug, see it squashed in production, and then like 2 weeks later, it would somehow mysteriously come back. An ideal state is like 80-20, 80% stories, 20% bugs in a mature production application. They were running much closer to like 40-60. Pick a round number against a $1 million budget. You would, again, hope in an ideal world, in a healthy state, that you can say that you put 800,000 of that against new product and 200,000 of that against maintenance. When you're running a deficit of, let's say in this case, $300,000-$400,000, I mean, it adds up, right? It adds up to the equivalent of like 2 or 3 engineers, right? Frankly, I think what it winds up doing, and I think it probably did in our case, is it just put us behind on our roadmap. I've also been through the experiment with a team in the last 10 years where I was trying to build, rather than a manual QA team, build a test automation team that was staffed with my own test automation engineers and have a perception of the strengths and weaknesses of that. What was really interesting to me about QA Wolf was that you could take the whole project yourself. And what that meant to me, in a time where I was incredibly resource constrained, nobody really had a good understanding of what were all of the test cases for the platform. Not even the QA guys. Like nobody had a test matrix. I remember going into my initial call with QA Wolf to go, how do you approach this? And the answer was, well, the first thing we're going to do is develop a test matrix. I said, great, I'll pay you just for that, right? We were having trouble getting a release out every 2 weeks. We have moved from, let's just say once every 2 weeks to once every day now. Things are shipping quickly, commitments are made, and things are like customer sentiment's improving. We're moving on to new things, and we're getting it out, on a consistent pace. It's been probably since early December that we started to run every staging build against the QA Wolf suite as it's continued to grow. I cannot point to a single bug that's gotten through where it got missed. I don't know if there are more than 5 paradigms on testing, but I've touched most of them in one way or another. And I really like the way this has turned out. Like, I would do this again. Especially in a situation where I had almost, I had nothing to work with and was starting from zero. Like, you guys were able to take me, from zero to something significant in a relatively short period of time. And that's a huge deal.